Defense.
May I proceed?
Yes.
May it please the court. From now till now. 3 seconds. That's what this case comes down to. Today you're going to hear everything that happened on September 24th of 2010. What happened at the bar, in the parking lot, in the car, after the crash, even at the police station. You're going to hear every part of the story, except for the 3 seconds that really matter. What happened on Canyon Road? Why did Miss Dawson swerve? Is the prosecution right? Did she drink too much and drive too fast? Or did she swerve out of the way of an animal in the street? Did she lose control of the car when it began to hydroplane in the rain? Members of the jury, we will never know what happened during those 3 seconds. This is a case about those missing 3 seconds. Now, the reason those 3 seconds are so important is that the prosecution bears the burden of proof. They must prove to you 2 elements, 2 facts, beyond a reasonable doubt. They must prove that Miss Dawson acted in a way that was extremely reckless. And they must prove that it was this recklessness that caused Vanessa Sullivan's death. This means that if you have even one single reasonable doubt, you must find Miss Dawson not guilty of murder. And with those 3 seconds missing from the prosecution's case, that's a burden they will not be able to meet. Our first witness will explain that alcohol doesn't explain the accident. Jordan James will take the stand. Jordan James was the bartender working at Chuggy's on September 24th, and she'll tell you that Miss Dawson didn't have dozens of drinks as the prosecution claims. She'll explain that Miss Dawson had 6 drinks over the course of 12 hours. And our remaining witnesses will tell you that the accident may have been caused by the road itself. Sam Lyons will take the stand. Sam Lyons is a cab driver, and he was driving on Canyon Road that night. Mr. Lyons is going to tell you just how dangerous Canyon Road is. It's steep, it has sharp, winding curves, and there is but one light on the entire road. And on September 24th, he'll tell you just how dangerous that road is. It was extremely dangerous that night. It was dark, it was raining, the road was almost flooded. Professor Leslie Rowan will tell you that any of these conditions could explain the accident. Professor Rowan is an accident reconstructionist, and he'll tell you that the evidence is consistent with Miss Dawson veering off the road to avoid an animal in the street. He'll also tell you that the evidence is consistent with Miss Dawson losing control of the vehicle when it began to hydroplane on wet pavement. He will tell you that the only thing we do know is that the accident happened in the blink of an eye, in about 3 seconds. Members of the jury, we're not saying that Miss Dawson made perfect decisions that night. We're not saying she's a model driver. What we are saying is that we don't know if Miss Dawson's actions were the cause of the accident. Because when we try to reconstruct what happened that night, there are 3 seconds missing. Why did Miss Dawson swerve? Did she swerve because she took the curve too fast? Did she swerve because there was an animal in the road? Did she swerve because she lost control of the car when it hydroplaned? At the end of this trial, we still won't have any answers. And that's why my co-counsel will come before you and ask that you find Miss Dawson not guilty of murder. Thank you.
Thank you. You could have just a few moments.